Hello and welcome to my channel, and welcome back if you're coming back to see me. I'm Julie with Bookshelf by Julie. So today what I'm doing is pocketing and such. So with this journal I've got progress made. I've got the cover done, the inside of the cover's done. I've got the signature in. I've got a lot of things done. So I'm going through and doing some little bit of pocketing and where do I want this and that and all this kind of thing. Okay? So that's where I am right now. And I thought I'd just bring you along with me. Maybe it won't be too boring. I'll tell you about my grandfather's ancestors today. You know, even though he refused the opportunity for an education, his ancestors were quite educated. So, according to one source, all the Worthingtons in America, or all the ones he found anyways, came from this one guy. His name was Nicholas Worthington. And before he came over to America in the early 1600s ish. He was, I don't know if he was a lord or a son of a lord or a son of a gun or what, but anyways, he was he was a considerable landowner is what's said. He owned land in Liverpool County in Lancashire, and I'm not sure I'm saying that right. Lancashire, however you say that, that's where he owned land at. And for some mysterious reason, he came to America and settled in New England somewhere. Mostly I think around the Connecticut area. They kind of spread out over time. And one branch even went south because that's where my grandfather was born and raised. And I'm pretty sure it's where his father was born and raised. I don't know. I'd have to go dig out a whole bunch more stuff to to go back further than that, but I did find some interesting things going through this old genealogy journal thingy that I found. So I want this to be, yeah, it's not a pocket. I'm putting it all the way down. But I want it to be a sort of a fold-out writing space there. Yeah? And there's a lot of room in here, so I didn't make that a tuck spot or anything like that. It's just simply a fold-out writing spot. Now, you know me, I'm probably going to put a Velcro dot to hold that still, but whatever. Or I might just stick a paper clip on the top of it. Who knows? I'm kind of mysterious that way. Okay. Now, on this side, I've got 3 pockets to put. I'll just put this one first. Is that holding anything on the other side? Why, no, it's not. So I'm going to take that off. Okay. So we've got this little pocket, and this comes with the, you know, most of this stuff comes with the kit. So, oh yeah, I should do my due diligence. This kit that I'm working with that has all these things here, not that, is a collaboration from Tanya at Teddy Treasures and Nanine at Collage Type. They collaborated on it and created 4 different paper packs, and then 2 of them are in Tanya's shop, 2 of them are in Nanine's, and I'll have the links below so that you can go and check those out if you are so inclined. So I'm going to just stick this pocket down here. And yeah, I don't know, I'm kind of weird. Maybe it's leftover back yonder days or something. But I put my bottom of the pocket down first. That way I know where I am and it's where I want it to be. And then I just sort of fold that up. It works that way for me. You put pockets however you want. It's fine. Okay, so back to Nicholas and his, you know, coming to America. Well, it wasn't America back then. It was a new land, the new world, the whatever you want to call that. Let me take that out before I start putting this down. So a lot of people came over here for a lot of different reasons. Some wanted religious freedom. Some just plain out wanted freedom to do whatever the heck they wanted to do, you know. And back in those days, you know, when we did our whole big rebellion thing, if King George, he was such a nut job. If he hadn't have been such a nut job, we'd probably still be part of England. But I think he had some serious mental illness, and I'm sorry if that offends anybody over yonder, but oh my word, he was a nut job. And so people were trying to get away from him and some other tyrants over yonder. So they came over here. And we got people from England. We got people from all over Europe. Mine are all from England and Scotland. And a bit of Irish. There's some from the... To me, now I know you guys all think of it as different countries and stuff like that. To me, Ireland and Scotland and England, I know them's fighting words and all that, but gosh, to me they're the same place, the same people, you know? To me they are. It's like here in America, if you're from New York, it's a whole different culture from if you're from Texas or somewhere like that. I look at it as different culture. But if you're on the same, you know, in the same general island area, like Hawaii is, everybody thinks of, oh, it's Hawaii. But there's several different islands there, but it's still all Hawaii. And I don't know why I'm going on about that, but it doesn't really matter. Everybody has their likes and dislikes and their country's boundaries and borders and their cultures and whatever. Anyways, back to Nicholas. For some reason, he decided to come to America. He didn't want to be in Lancashire anymore, so he uprooted his family and came over here. And that started the American Worthingtons. Yeah. And so, yeah, I'm glad he did. I mean, you know, I like America. It's a good place. Okay, we get a little weird our own selves. We've had states try to secede, not succeed, but secede. We've had all kinds of, you know, problems. We had a Revolutionary War. My ancestors fought in that on the American side. Okay. Anyways, now I'm just getting silly. Okay, so here we go. I'm gonna turn this way. So Nicholas came over here well before any kind of Revolutionary War thingy could happen, right? I want to set this one down here. It's a little side tuck pocket, and there's a big pocket here. So I want to set this. Did I ink that? If I did, I didn't ink it very well. Okay, let me just redo that a little bit. So they came in and settled in New England, and they sort of hung around up there for a while. Connecticut and New York, and I think there's even some Vermont. I don't know. Anyways, it all kind of gets scattered in my little brain. So, yeah. When the Revolutionary War did break out, his descendants were fighting on, you know, the rebel side, or the patriot side. I don't know. They called so many people and so many groups so many different things back then. So yeah. Depends on who you were talking to, I guess. So I read this one story about his great ever how many granddaughters it was to get to the Revolutionary War. Her name was Temperance. So that kind of tells you where they were leaning and all that. Anyways, and they were living in Connecticut and in that area. We'll do these one at a time. So they had a thing where they decided, oh yeah, we're gonna participate in this war because, you know, we don't like what's going on with the, you know, thing. And some people think it was just about tea, but it wasn't. We drink tea over here too. Well, we just don't like the taxation without representation, right? Okay, anyways, no history lessons, just a story. Temperance was well educated. You know, that's what I said. My grandfather's ancestors were well educated folks. So, and for women, okay, look, we know girls weren't always invited to the classroom, right? So back in those days, I mean, gosh, just stay in the kitchen and fix the food and clean the house and have the babies, and that's all you're supposed to do, right? A lot of times that's the culture that you got, no matter where you were living, you know. Back in those days. Okay, we got those done. Moving on, that pocket's already done. I've got a few things in here that I hadn't put somewhere yet, so I've got those just stuck in there. Let me take that off. Okay, nothing in there. I've been going through just paper clipping things that I wanted to do. This I wanted to make into a pocket. Yep. A big pocket in the middle. That's where where I sewed in the signature. So I'm just going to do both ends and, you know, glue that together that way. Okay, so Temperance Worthington, and she married, what was his name? Anyways, I can't remember. He was some kind of preacher guy back in the day, minister of some kind. And he decided he was going to go off to war, and he was the chaplain. He was the chaplain for his band of merry men, that was fighting those, you know, redcoats. So, yeah, he went off to war and left his young family. She had, I don't know, 5 or 6 kids already. They were youngish, but, you know. Okay, that's done. Excuse me. Gosh. So, alright, let me take this off. On this page, I wanted something. Now, this I'm only going to put down on 3 sides and have it as I can tuck stuff in there. But I wanted something that I could open up. And there's a pocket down here, and it'll hold big stuff. So, that's kind of, I don't know. I was in a mood, and that's what I made for this page. So, yeah. I think this journal's going to be so nice when it gets all finished up. So, okay. Back to Temperance again. Her husband's gone off to war, and she's got babies, and she's got a young daughter. What was her name? I can't remember. Yeah, I can. Juliana. Julie is a big name throughout the history in my family. Julie, Julia, Juliana, Julie, whatever. It's there. So, anyways, so that was the one that was old enough to help her a bit. I can't remember. She had one little boy, and it was so cute. I thought, you know, that is so funny. One of my sons' name is Billy, and her son's name was Billy. I think that's the only boy she had at the time. She had a bunch more kids, but anyways, back to this story. She was awoken one night with a vision. And she didn't know if it was a dream or a vision, but it must have been a vision. Okay? She was given some information that if she didn't just get up and get on out of there, you know, go help her husband, he was going to die. And it took her to do it. So, you know. And as the vision ended, her little girls, she had one sleeping in her bed. We all know how that is. And she had 2 sleeping very nearby. We all know how that is. And, okay. I want that. Is that? Yep. Okay. So, yeah. The 2 that were sleeping nearby woke up and asked her what she wanted. They heard the person that was speaking to her in the vision as they were saying the last little bit of what they were saying. And she told them, oh no, never mind, just go back to sleep. But it was one of those things that woke up the kids, you know. So anyways, I thought that was quite an amazing thing. And you know what she did? She got up and she wrote out a list of things that would help Juliana take care of all the kids and the house and everything. She wrote out a detailed list. Okay, we've got that in there. So that while she was gone, her family would be okay and safe. Okay, so yeah, she did that, and like I said back then, it was really nice to know that girls had an education and could, you know, take things in hand, right? So I'm gonna measure this down here because I'm gonna put the glue on this side. I think that'll do me good. Okay. So, yeah, I'm going to make a pocket there. Get back up there. So, she did. She got everything together, all organized and ready, so her oldest daughter could take care of the family while she was gone. Her oldest daughter wasn't very old. I can't remember if she was maybe 10 or 12 years old. She wasn't very old, because Temperance wasn't that old. So, I'm sure they had family around though. But anyways, because all their family kind of hanged around there. So, yeah. Then she got herself together and went off to find her husband. She knew where he was because she was told where to go in the vision. Is that awesome or what? She went right to him, and she knew what to do to help him. He was burning with a fever, sick, and, you know, other people had already died from whatever that was. But she knew what to do, and she was there. Of course, she was praying a lot. But, yeah, she took care of him, nursed him back to health, and he was fine. And after the war, he came home and tended to his family. And they had a bunch more kids. I just thought that was an amazing story. I'm so glad she wrote it down. She wrote it down. She said she wanted all of her posterity for always to know that that had happened. And so I guess she's getting that wish because I'm one of her posterity and I know about it now. So if there are any more Worthingtons out there, that's your story too. Isn't that amazing? I love finding things like that. It was kind of interesting that it woke the kids. Because, you know, a lot of times people will say, oh yeah, you were just dreaming. That wasn't just a dream. Not when it wakes up the kids. Okay, here we go. So I thought that was pretty awesome. And that she was brave enough to go and do what she was asked to do. If she hadn't, if her husband would have died, lots of things in her timeline would have been very different. Who knows what would have happened to her and her children. Because back then, even though women could, you know, write and read, not all of them, but some of them, they were not allowed to have property. They couldn't own things themselves. So, because they were considered property, right? Don't get me on that high horse. Anyways, okay. There we are. Well, anyways, I was kind of, I don't know, I thought that was just the coolest thing. And I'm so glad she did write it down. She wrote a bunch of stuff down about their lives at that time and things like that. But I thought I would share that story with you guys because, I don't know, it's really special to me that she had that experience. Okay, let me get this one on here. I just thought I'd do a belly band on this one. Just to get it, you know, because there's some bigger things that I'm going to stick in here. Some of those stories, for one thing. And I'm going to write down the stories that I've been telling about my grandfather and how he, you know, rescued my grandmother and how he wouldn't stay in school and all those things that they've never been written down, and they should have been, but he wasn't into that, and nobody else has done it. So I'm just gonna see if I can get some glue on this. It's a little bit longer, I think, than the page, so I'm going to go a little lower with my glue. That way I'll catch it. Okay. Not get glue under there. Okay. I use my decal edge on the ends, but that decal edge cutter is great and I love it, but it won't do a whole page length thingy. The one I have won't anyways. Maybe other people's will, but mine won't. And so I had to use my decorative edge scissors for the, yeah, whew. I thought, oh no, I'll put it upside down, but no, that's right side up. Okay, now, there you go. Yeah, I'm going to put the stories, I'm going to tuck them in different places and stuff like that. His story and his ancestor story. What in the world? Okay, that's obviously a little pocket. Okay, I'm putting little writing spots in here from the kit. These all come in the kit. The gentleman kit is what it's called. There's 4 of them. I think I said that, but anyways. Okay. So, yeah, I'm going to write all those stories down. Type them out. Probably print them out on some cool paper, you know. Some cool background paper kind of thing. Maybe something like that. Anyways, I'm going to do that. This journal, well, it's going to take me some time. And that's okay. Doing family history and genealogy and all that stuff, you can't do it like really quick. It takes time. It took me a lot of time. And this is just one line. This is, you know, Worthington's. I have the Sheltons back even further. Anyways. Yeah, most of mine, well, all of mine that I've found have come from England and Scotland and a little bit of Ireland. And they go back through, and they hit into the, when you can hit into the royal lines, then you really do get information. So, yeah. Genealogy kind of takes off when you hit there. So, I haven't got the Worthington to there. They were lords. Lords or something like that. Oh yeah, I was going to put this down here. I don't know if I'm going to do that. It's too blendy. I think I'll save it and put it somewhere else. Okay. So, this is how we're going with it. Get back in there. I think I will put a paper clip up there, at least for now. Just to keep that shut, right? Well, it would if I did it the other way. Okay, anyways, probably going to do a Velcro dot. Little pocket there, little pockets here. These are writing places. Putting things there. This is one of those little, I think of them as a little wallet, you know. Reminds me of the old wallets my grandpa used to tuck. Look, he could have 10 in a drawer somewhere, but if that wallet was still hanging on by a piece of some kind of leather, he was going to keep using it until it wasn't usable anymore. That's just the way he was. So, yeah. He got wallets and stuff like that for birthdays and Christmas. But you know what? He did not use them until that old one had just gone, completely gone. Okay? So, yep. This is my, that's a big pocket. I'll probably put some pictures or something there. Then I've got this one here with the little pocket inside. Lots of writing. There's another page in there. There you go. Places to put things and write things and tell stories and all that kind of thing. I think this is going to be an awesome journal. So that's my pocketing, yeah, for the day. Pocketing and such. Maybe that's what I'll call it. Pocketing and such. Okay? All right. Okay, well, I hope you've enjoyed this little trip down memory lane with me and down ancestral lanes. Okay? You guys take care. Please like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. TTFN.